those who meet the lesson. Yeah, good evening again, everyone. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. So, for those who have not, as you can see on my screen, for those who have not checked missed the session last time, so naka-record yan. Naka-record yan dito sa ating Facebook group. So I hope lahat ay member na ng ating Facebook group. Member ba tawag doon? Oo. Horticulture by Dr. Alminda. Yeah. So you can track what we have discussed last time, just like this evening. This is again recorded for the sake naman of those who will miss it. So again and again, last time, ito din yung ating attendance, no? So again and again, we will only have 40 minutes per session. That's MWF. Since wala tayong, this week, wala tayong face-to-face. So we'll have face-to-face next week. And hopefully, I could, ma'am, di na ako pwede masunod kayo. Diba? Wala na ako nagpapaisin na naman. Okay, no worries. J. Lawrence. So, ayan. No? So, therefore, ang first natin na discussion is on, last time, we talked about the history of agriculture. No, on the video presented. So, do you have any questions or clarification on the topics we have discussed last time? So, I will give 5 minutes on that. Good evening, mga lagi tingog. Really? Wala ko tingog, mga dear?
Naaman, ma'am.
Naman, ma'am.
Yeah, ikaw lang, Marjun, ata. Kasi mukhang So, search ko muna ang aking, Prelim Horty. Wow, hindi pa ako naka-download. So, wala akong download. So, by the way, to check whether, where to find all the files that we have, no, you can, nakita niyo akong screen, di ba?
Yes, ma'am.
So again, I'll just have, so di rin yan makita sa files. Actually, dito na lang tayo sa featured, no? Although, dito sa files kasi, lahat ng mga submission, I'm supposed to delete this one, pero para di ko malibog, but really don't have time much. So, dito na lang tayo sa featured. Kasi sa featured, makikita mo dito ang mga files na talaga na gagamitin natin for our discussion. So, we're going to start with prelim horticulture. So, let me just have another screenshot. Ayun. Okay. So, na ito akong i-open. Ano ni Ron? Ay, naradira siya. Na-open na. Naka-open na lagi ko. But again. So, I'll just be discussing to you. Dito lang na ako ay nalilabel. Dapat sa download sa siya na Dari na lang. So again, makikita man niyo akong screen, diba? Yan. Okay, so ako lang siya. Okay, so naka-word na siya diretso ha. So in our module 1, actually, we just discussed last time about excuse me, about the history of agriculture. So wala man tayong mga tanong, no? So highlight lang natin, if you have watched it, it's only 27 minutes kasi although 40 minutes ang limited time natin, pero dahil may nag-open, kaya ngayon I will just give you the link, although the same link again akong ginagamit again and again. It's my personal parang link, no, sa Zoom. So, para ma-record ko, no, although I have other access na unlimited, pero I'm not allowed to do that. So, ayan. So about the history, highlights lang natin. So, we have discussed last time, based on the video presentation, kung paano nag-start yung ating agriculture. And we have learned from that video na it's part, agriculture is a way of life. So, since it started since civilization started, and we started as hunters and gatherers, no? Until such time na na-develop natin yung mga technologies, and that was 10,000 years ago. And then na-mention natin yung mga saan nag-originate yung mga different crops, no? Sa Mesopotamia or sa Fertile Crescent. And who would like to share their learning from the video presented last time? Let's try Felrich. Nakita mo na yung video? Felrich?
Wala pa po, ma'am.
Wala. So please watch out. Nandun lang talaga siya sa ha? Andito lang siya sa ating Facebook group. Ayan. No? And again, dito kayo pumunta sa featured para makita nyo yung mga naka-separate na files na we'll be using. Like prelim na So dito sa discussion natin, naka-post lahat again yung mga videos that were recorded last time. So dito, if you're going to watch this, you will learn the history of agriculture that I'm talking about. Well, anyway, so alam natin from the previous presentation, where did, like for example, rice. Saan mo nag-start ang rice based on sa video presentation? Is it in Vietnam or is it in China? Anyone?
Vietnam, ma'am?
Yes, there was a mention that there were a new variety na na-develop, although it really started na doon sa China, as well as it's Asia, Southeast Asia, like Vietnam. Pero there was a new na kumalat na a variety of rice that was good, and then yun nag-develop siya, and then dumating sa China, and it was cultivated already. So, and even now, what were the first animals na not cultivated, domesticated. Ano yung mga animals na naunang na domesticate? Was it goat, swine, pig, or dog? Ano yon?
Goat po, ma'am.
Was it goat or dog? I think dog yan, no?
Murag dog siya, ma'am.
Yeah.
Po.
So, parang dog yun. So, ang ginapangita ko ngayon ay ang aking din kinose. Na-close ko ata, ano? Ay, yun. Because I'm so stupid. So, sa downloads na lang ako, hahanapin ko ulit. Na ano din, ano, nawala mo ni kanina. So, eto. So, going back here. So, in our first module, we are going to talk about introduction to horticulture and its branches. So, I have a PowerPoint presentation on this, but let's just focus on your modules para hindi na kayo madaming titingnan na mga files, no? So, what does horticulture means? It's, of course, a science and an art of development, sustainable production, marketing, and use of high-value intensively cultivated food and ornamental plants, no? So it's a new kind of definition. Yes, Ron.
Wala. Naka-on pala. Ano? Sorry ma'am, dili ako ato ma'am.
Okay. So if you have question along the way, no, don't hesitate
Dili
to unmute, no? So, and it is also a subdivision of agriculture. So, knowing agriculture, which deals with gardening of plants, no? In our crop science 1, maybe we have discussed previously yung classification of agriculture. If not, then ibabalik ko sa inyo. I forgot na. Did we discuss last time about the classification of agriculture or branches of agriculture? Well, anyway, let's just do this kasi we can anyway. Yes, Ralph. We
Murag
can,
branch lang man ating
ano yun?
last time, ma'am.
Ano yun, Ralph?
Murag branch lang at time, ma'am.
Sige. Di na ko kayo mag-gets. Ubog ka? Joke lang. So, anyway, I'll just be, reviewing it anyway, no? Kasi I can always, mag-asa kita na kung naka-yes dito. Okay, so, and it's, as I have said, it is a subdivision of agriculture. Of course, agriculture is the study of crops and animals, cultivating crops and domesticating animals. So under crops, it is actually divided whether horticulture or agronomy, no? And so since crop science 2 only focuses on horticultural crops, so we will focus on horticulture. Pero pwede nating balikan yung para ma-refresh na ninyo yon. But first, we will finish this definition of horticulture and its branches. So, it deals with gardening of plants in short, and it is a branch of agriculture dealing with garden crops. This includes fruits, vegetables, and ornamentals. So actually, when we speak of horticulture, it comes from the Latin words hortus, meaning John. Friends.
Garden ma'am.
Yes.
Yes ma'am.
Garden, yes. And collier means
Cultivate, ma'am.
Cultivate.
Yes, cultivate. No, collier or cultivate. So it differs in agronomy since it's also a branch of or subdivision of agriculture, but it deals with plantation crops. So ang kaibahan niya in terms of area or land intended for production, and also how long is the longevity of production and farming or management system, because horticultural crops are raised and produced intensively. When I say intensively, in a small area and with parang yung na-ICU ka, diba? Intensive care unit. Parang ang pag-alaga mo ay very specific. No, and while agronomic crops are raised and produced extensively, ibig sabihin madamihan sa malalaking field, like for example, rice field, banana plantation, and so on. So therefore, we have defined already horticulture, and we have differentiated already our horticulture from agriculture and other branch of plant agriculture. But we'll be mentioning again a lot of branches of agriculture, no? So again, horticulture is a branch of agriculture na deals with the art, science, technology, and business of growing plants in general. In fact, along the history, the first word used was not actually agriculture, but horticulture or parang gardening, no? So it will not only include cultivation of medicinal plants, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, herbs, sprout, even mushroom, and algae, flowers, seaweed, and so on. But also it also deals with about plant conservation, landscape restoration, and landscape garden design, construction, and maintenance at arboriculture. Again, I forgot na naman the I'm supposed to give you the course outline. But yung copy talaga, kasi meron akong copy at hindi ko na-include. So I'll be uploading it soon. So what is the importance of our horticulture? Of course, no? It's really very important. It's the source of our consumption, source of our food. Not only that, it's also very useful because they have all the nutrients, vitamins, minerals, flavor, aroma, dietary fibers, and others that we need. They also have benefits including medicinal and aesthetic values, no, for just to satisfy our aesthetic sense, yung sense of beauty and art, and protect the environment, of course. So per unit of area, yung horticultural crops has higher comparative production than the field crops, like for fruit and plantation crops, and can be cultivated in a sloping area or an even undulating crops. So, and most of them are high value, labor intensive, ibig sabihin, ang parang tutok ka, no? Intensive, tutok ka sa very specific, and generate employment. Horticultural produces like raw materials sa mga industries, processing, pharmaceuticals, perfumery, cosmetics, chemical, confection, and there's a lot. No? So as again mentioned a while ago sa ating video, horticulture originates since humanity existed. So from nomadic, we started as hunter and gatherers to naging sedentary or parang we wanted to our ancestor wanted to parang settle down, no? Or semi-sedentary hanggang they went to one place to another, and cultivation of variety of grass started in a small scale lang muna, and specialized plots from although nagmamigrate naman from place to place, like in the Mesoamerican culture, if you remember the history. So over the years talaga, we have a lot of horticultural techniques which are trial and error. No, and if you are going to recall the video, sinabi doon na the technology in agriculture or yung ano ba nun? The technology itself is very slow. No, hindi siya ganun ka nag-increase. Like for example, in the 1990s, we had the first computers, and I guess we just have the internet towards the end of the 19th century. No, nung nagka-internet na, and even though we recall 2 years ago during the lockdown, no, we have online learning started in the Philippines because of the lockdown. So parang ganon, no? While the history of agriculture and technology is very slow as of now, but now in our generation, sa ating generation, it becomes more mechanical na, diba? Technology na. If we can see, I don't know if I have shown you yung future farming. I believe I have shown you last time. No, if you don't remember that, we can again recall it. So if you have some questions or clarification along the way, magtanong lang kayo agad-agad, ha? Ha, Clint? So, based on record, yes, do you have questions or learnings from the previous discussion we had? Madali lang. Wait lang, nag-classic ako.
Ay, sige.
Ha?
Dabaw na ko.
Then later, alligator. Mga 40 minutes. Bye-bye. Okay. So it started originally in the first millennium or before Christ in China, no? Mesopotamia, no? Called Iraq and Iran and Egypt, followed by Greece and Rome. So doon talaga nauna lahat ng ating agricultural practices and origin of crops, no? And then followed by Greece and Rome. So based on ancient writings yan, using iron tools, but we cannot deny the fact that maybe somehow, like for example, the discovery of Magellan, no, of the Philippines in 1521 ba yun? Tama ba ko? So, of course, Philippines existed already before Magellan came. But then because we don't have record to show that or writings of any kind, so we only have that para evidence when Magellan nag-report siya and have really a publication of his koan kasi nag-ano siya parang tawag doon nag-tour or parang ano ba tawag doon?
Ma'am.
Ano yun? Clint? Expedition.
Uso na dayang secretary sa una.
Wala pa yung secretary, writer lang ata. So, ang uban gani, well, of course, siguro na yung mga writer. Iron tools silang ginagamit, no? Ginatatak talaga nila sa bato ang ilahang. Ginasulat nila in the form of their own writings kasi like Greek words, no? I've been to Greece sa Athens and until now, ginagamit talaga nila yung kanilang Greek words. And they're so proud of that. That's why makaingon ta karon na. It come from the Greek word, hortus, yung mga na. So, manure application, crop rotation, double cropping, ito yung mga practices like large irrigation, pollination, and take note ha, irrigation started in not irrigation, drip irrigation started in I guess it's in Israel sa desierto mismo, no? It's because of the scarcity of water, then they have developed the technology. So without such irrigation, drip irrigation, we cannot have a technology that is so efficient. No? Although expensive, but very efficient. So pollination, pruning, grafting, pest disease control, identification, classification, and use of plants. So those are until today applied, no? And this has been done in ancient times also. So ancient Egyptians created mga formal garden with pools. If you have watched movies sa mga like ang setting nila ay Egypt, so you can see mga pools, spices, perfume industry, collections of medicinal plants. So again, Mesopotamia, or in the modern world, it's now called Iran and Iraq. They have irrigated terraces, gardens, and parks before, no? And they have contributions sa taxonomy and plant physiology by the Greeks. So actually talaga, no, matatalino yung mga Greeks, no? When you go to their country, they cannot only speak their own language, they are very versatile and fluent in both English, Spanish, no, and even German. So magagaling talaga sila. Hindi ibig sabihin na tendera lang sila, hindi sila marunong
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, Casey, so sige, since na si Casey, so mag-end na tayo. Joke lang. No, so we are talking about history pa most of this time. So, and then the Romans, if you have watched a lot of movies of history, so there comes Roman literature, no, and they are not only for like, diba, meron tayong Greek gods, and then Roman culture. So they are only known for ornament. They are also known for ornamental horticulture, like the topiary gardens, no? Yung kanang gina-form na mga cut na mga those are topiary. And greenhouses, samaica, and vegetable production as a whole. So we have 8 minutes remaining time, but we have enough time to finish naman this introduction pa. And after that, we're gonna have our lesson 2, next meeting, branches of horticulture. So mostly edible plants were really already cultured or grown since ancient civilization, no? And not only after, di ba, una sa Mesopotamia, Iran, Iraq, and then followed by Egypt, and then Greece, and then somehow in Central and South America. No? There were a lot of cultivars of varieties generated from wild plants. And then that's how, like for example, of corn. When you speak of corn, it really is owned by Central and South America. And yeah, so domesticated na since recent times. So if you have seen photos before, kung ano yung mga original na mga photo ng mga crops, no, before they become what it is today, you would be surprised, ay ang pangit, ang daming seeds, no, or ang liliit, diba? So but now it came to be developed as a variety for our to please our preference, no, for consumers like us. So based on geography, ang ating mga domesticated plants came from the Near East, Egypt, and Mediterranean. Like for example, apple, cherry, date, fig, grape, olive, and so on. But lahat, no, these already existed in Mediterranean and so on. And also in central and western China, we have apricot, peach, cucumber, and so on, and including bamboo and cinnamon. And in Southeast Asia, we have in Pacific Islands, we have grapefruit, orange, lemon, and so on, no? In Central America, we have pepper, green beans, squash, pumpkin seed, potato, and vanilla, and so on. And jicama, I guess parang ano siya. Sige nang kalimot ko. In South America, of course, avocado. I always remember kanang South America, avocado yun na siya. The tomato, potato, and so on. And recently lang talaga domestication of sunflower, blueberry, strawberry, cranberry, and so on. And bred from wild plants in the eastern United States. So that ends our lesson 1 about the definition of horticulture and importance, and also how it differs from agronomy, and also the origin of crops and history. So last time again, we discussed about, we still have 4 minutes. We discussed about the video on, so nandun lang sa Facebook group, no? If you haven't checked the Facebook group again, so ayan, magsisend ako ulit, which is link again and again sa ating group. No, and
Saan kita mag-answer ang activity, ma'am?
Ano yon, BJ?
Saan kita mag-answer itong activity?
Yeah. Okay. So, dito sa ano, let's say close na ako. So, dito sa ating nawala na po ko. Because ako ang ano ba? Sorry for that. Okay, ayan. So if you can see here, you have our activity, and then this is just a one-page report. Ang title lang nimo is like lesson 1, activity, domestication. So you're going to find out anong mga crafts na nag-originate in your places or in the Philippines, no? Based on your own observation or based on from literature, internet, and so on. So like for example, in Samal, no? Anong mga crafts na nandyan sa Samal?
Coconut, ma'am. Mango.
And do you believe it really it already existed there for how many? My God, how old ba? How old ba so far? Yung calendar year natin is 2022, diba? So by Roman calendar, we are that old, 2,000 years ago. But that is that does not include before Christ. Then we have 500, 1,000 before Christ, diba? So most probably ang Earth how old is the Earth?
$5 billion years, ma'am.
5 billion, Jod. Grabe, Jod. So most probably, ang Earth at is 10,000 years that old, no? So we can always check naman that one. So there are statistics, and usually, by the way, bago tayo mag-end, maputol. By the way, automatic na puputol yung ating Zoom, ha? After 40 minutes, so napuputol na siya. And we still, yeah, we only have 2 minutes left.
Excuse me, ma'am. Asa ipasa ang module, ma'am?
Ano sa to?
Asa ipasa ang module?
Ang module dito sa sa Facebook group.
Sige po, ma'am. Pwede hard copy, ma'am. Kanang magsulat lang, ma'am.
Pwede hard copy, ma'am.
Wait lang, ano yun? Hard? Oo, pwede. And then picturean nyo lang. Okay na, ano ko.
Tapos listen sa'yo, ma'am.
Oo, and i-send sa Facebook group. Katong mag-post
sige po,
gani
ma'am.
ka. Kung mag-post gani ka. Tara, may napamita. Mouse doon sa time karon. So some more questions or clarification.
Kasi pa sa Facebook group, ma'am.
Horticulture by Dr. Alminda. Ito, pakita ko sa inyo ha. Pinasave pa na ako kasi ang ano. Hindi naman po di masave, ba? Nade. So this is Horticulture by Dr. Alminda.